Hi, alright, here's a video explaining this project which would be due for all of you on May 27th. It's Tuesday, May 27th. Alright, so you're going to write your full name using functions, like they have to be functions in Desmos. So that means you cannot use things that are not functions. Okay, so we should all know what that means by now. And you're doing that in Desmos and you're doing it on paper. So my recommendation is make it on Desmos, make sure it's correct on Desmos, and then you just kind of copy it on the paper afterward. Really. Your name will be created using restricted domains and ranges. I'll demonstrate that in another video. And yeah, because you got to restrict the domains and ranges to actually make the letters of your name. All right, so what are you going to do? You're going to write your full name, at least 10 letters, using like you would actually write your name in real life. Meaning, do not use all capital letters. You do not write that way. Meaning, like you start with a capital letter and then you use lowercase letters. Like my first name is Bill. I'd use a capital B and then a lowercase I, lowercase L, lowercase L. And you're going to do that in print and in cursive. If you are not very familiar with cursive, here's a link with what cursive looks like. Or you don't have to use exactly what those cursive letters look like, but the one thing that is a must is that they connect. So the letters of your first name connect, the letters of your last name connect. That is how cursive works. Yeah, so you're going to use functions. It's going to take probably at least one equation to do this for each letter. There must be at least 8 visible curves. You must use at least 2 quadratic, 2 polynomial. Polynomial means like using a power higher than 2. Like x cubed, x to the power 4, x to the power 5, and so on. At least 2 rational functions, 2 exponential, 2 logarithmic, 2 trigonometric. If you have issues in understanding what those words mean, I put these hyperlinks here to kind of look at what that looks like. And these are all things that have been taught to the student during AP Pre-Calculus, and they just took a test about this stuff. So they should be very familiar with what those look like and how to change them. So you're going to turn in a document with a whole bunch of screenshots. Yeah, so I recommend like you take screenshots of everything you do. Everything can kind of fit on one window into Desmos, and take screenshots of that, copy and paste that onto a document, and then you email me the document. And you're also going to turn in paper versions of this. I have graph paper in class, or if you need to print out like examples of graph paper, these 2 links here have ones you can use. And you make your own X and Y axes, you make your own domains and ranges. You might have to use multiple pieces of paper, maybe some poster paper to do this. You also not only write or draw on graph paper, you're also going to write out the equations of the functions and the restricted domains and ranges. You can use this. You can use this if you want. It's a kind of graphic organizer. Or you can just do it on like your own paper. I really don't mind. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to use it if you don't want it. It's not that big of a deal. I mean, it's an editable graphic organizer. You do not have to use it. You just use something that looks nice. Then also with where you put the like your data, I want you to answer these reflection questions. 3 to 5 sentences total. That means between these 3 questions, you at least wrote 3 sentences. Here is the rubric. Please make sure you fulfill the requirements of this rubric so I can give you a nice, great grade for this. Here are examples of how I would make like a printed capital B. Here is a cursive, attempt at a cursive B. I'm going to make a couple of videos where I'm actually show like me, how I would design something, or like how I would strategize designing something. And okay, so you submit digital version of it and a paper version of it. Yeah, don't use AI for this. It'll be very easy for me to tell if you used AI for this. AI will use a bunch of stuff I know you haven't been taught and you don't know. Yeah. All right. If you have any questions about this project, please email me or meet me in person. All right. Thank you. Goodbye.